Good morning, good morning, good morning. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and you are breathing. Today is Monday, July the 15th, 2024, and I would like to welcome you all to This Is Just a Thought with Stephen Carnegie. Hope everyone is enjoying their Monday or will enjoy their Monday. Back to work we go, back to work we go. Can't escape it. We all knew it wasn't going to last forever. We all knew the weekend wasn't going to last forever. So, hey, at least it's starting out to, maybe this could be a start out of a good work week, I suppose, if I can say that, if that floats your boat. But whatever the case may be, you should be thankful and happy and realize you are blessed to be here. Many can't make that claim. They just can't. They just can't. All right, today's word of the day, salva, which means a strong, sudden attack. Salva. Well, there was a strong, sudden attack this weekend. We'll get to that in a little bit. We will get to that in a little bit. Also, hey, before I go any further, hit that like and subscribe button along with that bell icon so you get notified when I drop these podcasts. Keep you in the loop. A lot of interesting topics, And I just want to take some time out to say thank you to the few people that have commented on some of the posts and some of the topics I've talked about. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really shows that people are listening. Because for a while there, I didn't think anyone was listening. And for you to take time out of your busy schedule to comment, it just warms my heart. It just does. It warms my heart. So like I always say, man, hey, leave a comment in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think about these topics, whether yay or nay. Should I continue? Should I stop? Should I go just shut up and sit down somewhere? Whatever the case may be, I'm pretty thick-skinned. I won't bite. I won't bite. At least not physically. Verbally, I may, but hey, we're all adults. We are all adults. So yeah, get in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like and subscribe button. And like I said, along with that bell icon, just to let me know you are listening. You are listening. And again, thank you to those few people that did comment. Even those few people that liked some of the podcasts I've done. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's move along here, man. The heat. It continues, it rolls on, and they're saying today is going to feel like 100 degrees plus, and that's pretty much going to be the rest of the week, at least up until Wednesday. At one point in time, they were saying Wednesday was going to be like a real feel of 114. They scaled it back a little bit to like 108, and Tuesday, tomorrow, they're saying it's going to be a real feel of 104. Whatever the case may be, trust me when I say it to you, I can't make this up. I can tell you no lie. You can feel it. You can feel it. If the weathermen and weatherwomen that you watch are never right or in their predictions of how the weather's going to be, they are hitting the nail on the head with this right here. Because thus far they have been just slamming it with these heat indices and heat advisories. Because yeah, it is. Whew. When I tell you you can feel it, I mean you can feel it. The moment you open the door to go out, you can tell it's hot. Just is. But if there's a plus, I guess I could say later on this week, very reminiscent of last Thursday and Friday, they're saying we're going to get some rain, some showers, and that's going to cool us off. Those days and going into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the temps are going to be predicted to the low to mid 80s, man. Still going to be humid, but hey, I'll take those mid to low 80s, man. Low to mid 80s, man. I'll take it. In comparison to this. Hey, whenever it gets a little cooler, I will take it. And I guarantee you, many of you out there, you won't be complaining when winter comes around, and you won't be saying, I'll be glad when the summer comes. No. Don't you fix your mouth to say that. Don't you fix your mouth to say that. this winter. Although here in North Carolina, really can't say it. We really don't have winters anymore. It's like we just dive out of summer and go into a little bit of fall, and then from fall it's just like back to spring. So I don't think anyone's going to be complaining this winter. I can tell you that, though. I really don't. I really don't. So as always, man, hey, if you're outside or if you have to work in this heat, whatever the case may be, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Put on that sunscreen. Put a hat on that head. Limit your time outside, of course. And like I always say, recognize the signs of heat exhaustion versus heat stroke. And always check on the elderly. We all know how the elderly are. We all know how the elderly roll. They won't turn that AC on to save their life. So check in on your elderly relatives, elderly neighbors, whatever the case may be, man. Just check in on them. Make sure they're doing all right. Just make sure they are doing all right. And hey, if you got to be out there in that heat, make sure you carry your water bottle around with you. I always do. I just do. I just do. All right, man. Hey, look, just a quick note. It was announced last week. Looks like the U.S. Postal Service, you know, I gave you that story last week about that incident with that mother that was died of heat-related death from working on in that hot Jeep. There's nothing like that, but I just wanted to give you guys a little quick note. The price of stamps are going up, or have gone up, I should say. They're going up to 78 cents. Why not just raise it to $1? Be done with it. Well, you know, like I said, it's going up. Just raise it to $1. Be done with it, man. These little 3 cent, 5 cent, 25 cent price hikes here and there. Just raise it to $1, and you know, does anyone still use stamps? I really don't think too many people. Well, there are quite a few people that still mail things off, but you can see the need, I guess, to raise the price of stamps. They're saying this goes towards their operating costs. I hope that operating cost includes you putting some AC, getting some vehicles with some AC for your workers. Good Lord, and boy, but yeah, it's going up to 78 cents. Why not just make it $1? Be done with it. Be done with it. Just be done with it, folks. At least that's the way I see it. It just is. I don't understand too much of anything, but you sitting around. First, you know you're going to raise the price of the stamps. Just go on and take it up. Just go ahead and take it up. Be done with it. All right, let's go get it. I'm sure by now you have heard and you have seen what happened this past Saturday evening in Pennsylvania. President Trump was there to give a campaign speech. 8 minutes in, or somewhere around that time, someone started shooting. There was an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Wow. I'm not laughing, but wow. Man. Wow. The bullet, it just grazed his ear. He's still alive. I'm sure you guys know that too. He's still alive. He was quickly, rushed to the ground. Well, he himself, when he felt that bullet whiz past his ear, and which they're saying, or he's saying, because he gave an interview with the New York Post, he said that it took a piece of his ear off, I should say, his earlobes, or his ear, took a piece out. He ducked to the ground. Secret Service quickly rushed in on top of him and made sure the scene was secure or whatever, what have you. The would-be assassin, sniper, he was killed. And, of course, by now the conspiracy nuts are out and they are in full force. They are saying that it was staged. Former President Trump set this up himself. Wow. It didn't take him long because I can honestly tell you, it happened around, I want to say around 4, well, no, maybe not 4. Um, Maybe it was around 4 o'clock. It happened around 4:30, maybe 5, somewhere around there. And before the end of the night, I'm online scrolling through, and conspiracy theorists, nut jobs had already chimed in and said that it was staged, it was fake, it didn't seem right, and yada yada yada, rah rah rah, shish boom bob. My mind doesn't think like that. Naivete on my part, I gather, I guess. Let you guys tell it. I'm just a sheep being led to the slaughter. But I swear, I just don't think like that. I'm not even going to say that maybe the guy did set it up. But, I mean, damn. Go through all that just to win an election? Had he not turned his head or repositioned his body while he was beginning the speech, that would have been the side of his head. So I don't think you're supposed to sacrifice that much of your own damn life to get elected to the presidency of the United States, not unless you owe some people some big favors. Wow, I just can't see that. But yeah, like I said, they're saying, hey, it was staged, it was set up. President Trump did all of this on his own. It's just him trying to get reelected. Like I said, I don't think like that. I just don't. I just don't. I just don't. Wow. Well, the assassin. He was a 20-year-old. He was from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, which was not too far from where President Trump was speaking. I believe they said it's like 43 miles, almost an hour, or right at an hour away from where he was speaking. And now that I think about it, I get where these conspiracy nut job theories are coming from, that it was staged or whatever, what have you, because what happened, where former President Trump was at, the Secret Service police, that they're snipers, they were perched up on, I want to say a garage, or whatever the case, they were perched up on a roof close to the stage, and I guess behind or in front of the stage there was another roof. This is where this sniper, he had climbed up or somehow, some way, got on top of the roof of that and laid down and set himself up in position to carry out his assassination attempt. And what folks are saying as it relates to the CIA, they're saying, how in the world do they not see him? They're both at eye level because they were both sitting pretty high up and they were supposed to be looking around. How could they not see this guy shimmying up or climbing up on a roof? Although it has came out, there's several video footages now where people in the crowd saw him laying on the roof, notified officials, and apparently the officials moved too slow. He got off a total of 8 rounds. The first one, of course, grazed or nicked President Trump in his ear. Of the other other 7 shots, he did hit 3 other people, innocent bystanders that came to support President Trump. Sadly, one died. I believe he was a 50-year-old father, a former fire chief or fire captain. He was killed, and 2 other people in the crowd were also injured. So he gets off 8 rounds, and the CIA snipers took him out. Did their job. That's what they were supposed to do. Now, President Trump, former President Trump, he has came out. He has says that he's lucky to be alive. By the grace of God, he's lucky to be alive. Yes, you are former president. Because like I said, had you not repositioned your body in that millisecond, that could have been the side of your head. So he's saying he's blessed to be alive. He thanks God. He thanks those that have for their continued support or whatever, what have you for him. And because of this incident, he's going to unify the country. Well, I guess a death scare will change your perspective. A sharp contrast to where he was a day or so, or the day of, or moments, or right in that moment of, for that assassination attempt. He was one to taunt violence. He just didn't. He didn't hesitate. So I guess that near-death experience changed his mind. It'll do it to you, won't it? And I'm not laughing at him. I want to make that clear. Let's get that understood right here, right now. I'm not laughing at him, but you got to admit to the irony of this. Because just like I said, he was one to, he didn't hold back when if it came up about doing some harm to someone physically, or whether it be physically, verbally, or during the election process, he wasn't hesitant to tell you, yeah, go ahead, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. So he seems to have changed his tune. Hey, it happens. Like I said, it happens to all of us. Near-death experience will change your mind and your perspective. You'll see things more clearly if you're lucky enough to survive something like this assassination attempt. So apparently he's going to unify the country now. Everyone in the country, he even went as far as to say, hey, he's going to unify the world. Yeah, that may have scared the mess out of them. But those conspiracy theorists, they're saying no, 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 no. This was all staged. He did this on his own to garner the votes and support that he needs to win this election. I can't give you guys that. I can't give you guys that. I can't give you that. Naivete on my part, maybe it is, but I can't give you guys that. Let's get back to this 20-year-old sniper here. What was discovered is that he had an AR-15 style rifle that his father had purchased some time ago. So they're still trying to figure out how he got hold of it or whatever. Well, he was in the house with his father. He's a 20-year-old. He graduated from high school back in 2022. And he worked in the kitchen of a nursing home not far from where he stayed. An odd thing that came up, I thought, was the fact that he was a registered Republican. But a few months ago, or maybe a year ago, he did give a donation to a liberal group, they're saying. Wasn't that much, $15 or $20, I believe is what they said. So he gave some money to a liberal group, even though he was registered as a Republican. Did he have a turn of faith? Maybe he did. But the thing is, for me, is the fact that, like I said, he was a registered Republican. What he's being described as is a loner. Those that knew him, those that worked with him, those that went to school with him, they said, hey, he was pretty much quiet. He kept to himself in class. I guess this would be your history class or whatever. One young lady spoke. She said, hey, he really didn't espouse any political views whatsoever. He was just a real quiet, kept to himself type of person. He didn't stand out in the crowd as one that would do something like this. And not only has it left his friends and classmates and co-workers baffled, it's left officials baffled also, because they said when they went through his home, even though they said in the vehicle and the home, I believe they said they found some material that could be used to make bombs or explosives is what they said. When they went through his home, in his room or the house or wherever, which he shared with his parents, they said, hey, we didn't find anything that would lead us to believe that he had some political motive to do this. They found nothing. They're scratching their heads. They're saying, hey, we don't know where, how, or what his reasoning was for climbing up on that damn roof and firing that rifle 8 times, trying to assassinate former President Trump. He didn't leave a note. He didn't leave a list. Usually when folks do this, they leave a note or leave a list or whatever. Or maybe he thought he was going to get away. I don't know how. Maybe somehow, some way he thought he was going to get away. Wow. And this has left FBI officials baffled. They don't know which way to turn. They're trying to figure it all out. But I just think it's kind of odd. A 20-year-old, fresh out of high school, let's be honest with each other, fresh out of high school, would be this much involved in his thoughts and beliefs of politics that he would try to carry out an assassination with a military style, with an AR-15 rifle. Now, also what's came up is he did belong to a gun club there, but he wasn't a member that long. Hell, he was 20 years old. And they're saying that, hey, he was a member of the gun club. He paid his dues. He came in and did what he wanted to do, or did what he was supposed to do, or whatever, which was shoot. Everyone is saying the same thing. Nothing stands out that would lead them to believe that, hey, this guy was an assassin. I'm going to be honest with you here, folks. Whether you say it to yourself, whether you think President Trump staged this or not, or whether you're saying, nah, there's no way he staged this. I'm not a ballistic savant. I don't know. I don't know that much about guns. I really don't care for them, to be honest with you. So that's why I'm not that big on it. I know it seems odd as a man. You're supposed to know everything there is to know about guns. I really don't know that much about guns. But I would think if you are using an AR-15 and you would know how to use it. For him to let off 8 rounds, he didn't hit his intended target. He grazed him. He let off 7 more rounds. He killed an innocent bystander. Didn't hit his target. He injured 2 more people in the crowd. Didn't hit his target. Those AR style rifles are pretty accurate. That much I do know. Especially if you're in a position as you're trying to be an assassin, or you're trying to assassinate someone from a long distance, because I believe they said he was like 200 feet or 200 yards away or whatever, what have you, and you're perched up on a roof, no one sees you, you have the element of surprise. Those type of rifles are pretty damn accurate. I honestly don't believe this guy knew what the hell he was doing. I just don't. Like I said, I'm no ballistics savant or assault rifle savant. I'm not all knowing about that. Like I said, I really don't care for them. Any weapon, any gun. I'm just not that big on them. But what I do know, those damn things are pretty accurate. If you know what you're doing, you know how to handle it. So I don't think this guy knew what he was doing, folks. Maybe I'm wrong. Get in that comment section. Let me know. Am I right or am I wrong when I say those type of those AR style rifles are pretty accurate if you know how to handle them? I don't think he knew what he was doing. And for him to be a member of that gun club, he wasn't a member that long. Or maybe his paw taught him how to use it, or so he thought. Because I said, you got off 8 rounds and you totally missed your initial target. I don't know. I don't know whether he turned his head or not. You weren't supposed to let go of that trigger until you had a sure shot. It doesn't seem like you had a sure shot. If all you did was nick him on the ear, get what you're aiming at. And just like I said, if former President Trump hadn't turned and positioned himself the right way unknowingly, that could have been the side of his head. Maybe that's what threw him off. But still, like I said, you know what you're doing. Those damn guns those rifles are pretty accurate. No, so I can't give you the fact that this was staged by President Trump. I can give you the fact that this kid didn't know what the hell he was doing. That's pretty obvious. It just is. That's pretty damn obvious to me. That kid didn't know what the world he was doing. Just didn't. Now, the CIA has came under has caught some flack. Former President, excuse me, President Joe Biden and other members of Congress and the public have gotten together and they're saying, how in the world did the CIA miss this guy? How in the world did the CIA not see this guy? They're calling for an investigation. It's always a damn investigation. It's always a way to waste taxpayers' time and money. Just is. You're always investigating something. Damn. Time to turn around, there's an investigation. Or there's a need, there's a want to call a special counsel. I've always said that's all those guys do in D.C. Hold these special counsels and investigations. I guess that's supposed to show us simple-minded voters that they're working hard. It seems to me like you're wasting time. So yeah, the general public, President of the United States, members of the House and Senate have called for an investigation of the CIA because they're saying, hey, one, how did the CIA not see this guy? Like I said earlier, also, those snipers were sitting pretty much, they're sitting, if you see the setup of this place, they were sitting right across from each other. So how in the hell did they not see him? But there has also came out a story by one person that was there, or a couple of people that was there. If you see that video footage, they said they saw the guy climbing up on the roof and they got in touch with the law enforcement, but they were completely ignored. But another story that has came out also is that one police officer saw him on the roof, climbed up and attempted to make contact with him, but the kid turned and pointed the rifle at him and he fell, or he jumped down off of the roof. It wasn't a very big roof. It was at a fairground in Pennsylvania. Like one of those, it looks like one of those, almost like a shed where you store agriculture equipment, like tractors or whatever. So I guess you can climb up it pretty easily if you wanted to, if you were in shape. I couldn't, if you were in shape. So yeah, this police officer allegedly saw him and tried to, and made contact with him, but the kid turned around and pointed the rifle and he fell down off of the roof. There's a lot of holes in this. I can see why there's a need to see what's going on with the CIA, but I don't think you really need to do no waste taxpayers' time and money with no damn investigation or calling some special counsel crap later on down the line, because I know that's what's coming. And you know that's what's coming. So they're trying to call out the CIA. They've been poking holes in the story ever since this happened Saturday evening, even down to the fact that those CIA agents that were, special agents that were supposed to be guarding the former president, they were saying, hey, they were kind of slow to react. Well, when that guy started shooting, just like most people have said, they thought it was fireworks. It wasn't until you really noticed that the bullet, you notice President Trump grab his ear, and then there's another shot, and then he drops to the ground. And that's when they started rushing the stage. Completely threw everybody off guard. They were off guard. People in the audience were off guard because you could see them looking like, well, what the heck? And then they heard the rapid fire, and that's when everyone hit the deck. I'm not too sure if the CIA needs to be investigated. I personally think, from what I saw, and then again, I'm not a bodyguard expert or savant, so I wouldn't know. But from what I saw, like they did a pretty good job as far as those agents that were on the ground guarding them. Then again, what do I know? But it is a very good question to ask. Why didn't those snipers on the roof see them? Maybe they were they're human beings. Maybe hey, it was just a regular detail to them. They probably were thinking, hey, this is a pie detail. I get paid. I relax. Really not too much of anything going on. Who would think that someone would show up with an assault rifle and try to assassinate a former president? I know I wouldn't. As much as I'm not a huge fan of former President Trump. I always tell folks, hey, I'm not too big of a fan of his politics or his political style, but he's very entertaining. And there's a lot more politicians that I've seen over the years that I can say I didn't care for, but I never once got in my head or got in my thought process to do physical harm to him. To me, that's the weakest thing you can say or do, and that's to any human being, because you don't like them, or you don't like what they say, or you don't like how they think. You're going to kill them or attempt to kill them. That's extremely weak. I don't care for the guy politically, but I would never try to harm him. That's weak to me. You're extremely weak to harm someone because you don't like what they say or what they think, or you have a belief that they're going to do this, that, or whatever. I get it, got it, understand it. I know that there's a lot of people in this country that are very fearful of President Trump going back into that White House again. I get it, got it, understand it. There's some things that he wants to do that a lot of people aren't going to like. It's going to upset their lives. But I just don't see the need or the want to kill him or kill any human being for that matter. I've always told you guys that. I'm not built like that. I'm not wired like that. As much as I dislike some of this guy's politics, I can't get my mind or wrap my mind around the fact that I would, at some point in time, because I was filled with so much hate for him, would try to kill him. But then again, hey, when you spew a lot of hate, a lot of negativity, a lot of violence, at some point in time, it's going to come back to you. You reap what you sow. And that quite possibly could be the reason why now he's had it appears he's had a change of heart. Maybe he had a little convo with the good Lord, and the good Lord set him straight. Because he says he wants to unify the country. He wants to unify the world. We should all stand in a circle and hold hands. Can't make this up, folks. Can't make this up. But like I said, he's doing fine. In fact, the Republican National Convention, in which he's expected to receive the nomination, is kicks off today. And Thursday, he's going to pretty much, this is just a formality. Thursday, he's going to give his acceptance speech, to which he says he has rewritten his acceptance speech, and he's changed it more with a unifying tone for the country, not just the Republican Party, but the country and the world. Because before he admitted, hey, my speech before, it was going to be more like what I've always stood on as it relates to me and President Biden and exposing him and his weaknesses and how he governs. So now he's going to kumbaya. We'll see what happens. It's a long time between now and Thursday. It's a long time. And this is former President Trump we are talking about. So we'll see what happens Thursday. But also today, like I said, is the kickoff of the Republican National Convention, and he is expected, or he has announced, who his VP is going to be. Looks like it's going to be Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. He was, Ohio at one point in time was a battleground state for the former President Trump, but he won that state in 2016 and 2020. Now, this selection is expected to boost President Trump among the working class Democrats, because this guy who is a venture capitalist, his job in the Senate, or what he's been doing in the Senate, he's been really horned in and focused on helping the farmers, those in the manufacturing field, the working class. So he's reached out and he has the attention and he has the support of working class Americans in that Midwest that has been getting ravaged by the economy. The economy's not looking too tough up there in the Midwest. So he's been getting some support from Biden's supporters or one-time supporters. What they're predicting or what they're saying is this pick may just sway the election towards President Trump. Not a bad move if it works. And if this guy is who they say he is. just is. Pretty smart. It just is. So it looks like Senator J.D. Vance is going to be President Trump's vice presidential running mate. They're going to be crisscrossing the country together. Mm, mm, Well, President Trump has had a change of heart, and he's picked a vice president candidate who works across the aisle. Maybe that assassination attempt did change him. Just that quick. Because this ain't the pick I saw coming for President Trump. I would think he would roll with an ultra conservative, a Bible thumper, evangelical, not somebody that works well with others. Catch my drift. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. This, like I told you guys, and I didn't see this coming. I know you if you've been listening to This Is Just a Thought, you know I told you guys multiple times starting last year that this presidential election was going to be very interesting. I didn't see this assassination coming. I thought it was just going to be more political mudslinging, cheap, tawdry mudslinging campaign ads and insults. I just did. I didn't see this coming. And a change of heart from President Trump, former President Trump. Good Lord works, I guess. If I could say that. He works. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So there was an assassination attempt on the former President Trump, and he's picked a new vice presidential running mate, and J.D. Vance, a senator from Ohio, who was a venture capitalist and who works well with others, especially those across the aisle, so much so they're saying that, hey, he has gotten support from Biden supporters, Democrats. Keep in mind, he's a Republican. And also, a year or so, years back, he wasn't a big fan of President Trump. He was very critical of President Trump. So folks can change their mind, change their way of thinking. I guess, I gather. You never know. You never know. So get in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. What you guys think about this assassination attempt. What you guys think about the CIA. Were they slow to the draw? Did they really not do their job as it appears they did? Or am I just blowing, or other people, citizens just blowing things out of proportion? And let me know what you think about President Trump's vice presidential pick. Is he a good pick? We'll find out. We will find out. Because if President Trump gets elected, I think a lot of folks are going to lose their damn minds, even more so than they have. Let me just say this. I just can't understand for the life of me, and I've been trying to wrap my head around it, trying to understand it, how you as an individual person, you as a human being that has all your common sense and faculties about you, supposedly, would allow one human being that you will never meet, you have never met, shake your life so much so in your foundation that you begin to hate him. You're fearful of the fact that he may get reelected and he may upset your life. Or you get so mad, you're so mad and pissed at him that you climb up on a damn roof and try to kill the guy. You fools are going to make this man that you hate so much, that you despise, that you wish would fall off the face of the earth. You're going to make him a damn hero to the end. It's coming. You're going to make him a martyr. And you're not going to have anyone to blame but yourselves. I'm not the sharpest knife in the box in the drawer. I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. But I have more than enough common sense, and I have more than enough confidence in myself, confidence, not arrogance, that I know no human being walking the face of this earth can tell me what I can do, can tell me what I can't do, can put me in a position where I'm subservient to him or her unless I allow them to. So I don't see and I don't understand and I can't comprehend the uproar about former President Trump. So much so, folks are walking around on eggshells. At any point in time, if you're of that mindset that this guy scares you so much that he's going to put you somewhere in a subservient position in life, that means you haven't done what you were supposed to do your individual self. I don't give this guy that much credence, or any human being for that matter. I don't give him that much credence. I don't give him that much thought. Like I told you guys earlier, I don't agree with his style of politics. He's just humorous to me. That's all he is. I can always count on it no matter what kind of day I'm having, turning on the TV, and if he appears, I'm getting ready to get a good laugh. And that's it. So yeah, I may be that proverbial, out on that proverbial limb, like I'm always out there by myself, dangling. Other folks are looking at me like I'm crazy. I don't see the uproar. I don't see the need for the uproar for former President Trump. He don't weigh that much to me to scare me that much or put me in fear that he's going to place me somewhere in a subservient state in my lifetime as a human being walking the face of this earth. I ain't giving him that much credit. He don't have me quaking and shaking in my boots. In fact, no human being that I have ever met in my 50 years upon this earth has done that. Well, there was one. That was my mother. I had to submit to her. I had to. But at a certain age, I cut the deck and I left home. Y'all are running around here like this guy is the devil on earth. Like he's freaking, I don't know. Because when you talk to people, like I said, when you talk to folks, if you didn't know any better, you would think this guy was it. He was in control of any and everything, everybody's life in this country. Ain't no way in the world I could be that fearful of another human being, man. What can he do? All right. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going and skedaddle. Get in that comment section. Maybe you guys can, enlighten me to the fact as to why I should be fearful of the fact that he's, the person he is and what he can do. I understand. I get it. I got it. He can do things, to shake up the world, to shake up the country, certain things, certain people and their lifestyle and their choices, or their just everyday, day-to-day living, he can change. But isn't that what we've been going through all these years from different presidents? I think so. At least that's the way I remember. And again, what do I know? Get in the comment section. Let me know what makes you so fearful of former President Trump. Also, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this vice president pick he made. Senator J.D. Vance from Ohio, Republican. Is he a good pick or is he not? Let me know what you guys think about this assassination attempt. Is it worthy an investigation into the CIA and to figure out if they handled the situation correctly or were they slow to the draw? Waste taxpayers' time and money again. And they've been doing it all this while. Why stop? Yeah, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to skedaddle. And as always, thank you for listening to This Is Just a Thought with Stephen Corner Gay. Amen.